You are watching an improvised cinematic narrative with live production, including music and dialogue. There is no script. Your information proved very helpful.
Is that so?
We caught Weller that night,
I'm glad.
brought him back here, and arranged a deal. Which...
A deal?
Exactly, yeah. Was not what I was hoping for, but Herbie is happy, so...
Curious. I was under the expectation that it was a one-way trip to the island.
So was I.
And what, pray tell, is this deal?
Make this information very expensive. He is going to work with Edgar to trap wanted people in the crossing here to extradite.
I see. That is rather quite diplomatic.
I
For
was
your-
surprised.
Especially for your pup.
Yes. I was not expecting it. My fault, I suppose. I won't make that mistake again. Charlie? JJ?
What?
There's somebody over there, if you could go take a look, please. Straight ahead. I can't walk over there quickly enough.
One person?
Yes.
It's Miles! It's Miles!
If there is one word that I have heard used of this Mr. Edgar, it is ambitious.
Yes, I think he means to take over the island.
I see. And what is your take on that? What is your stance?
I've always been more on the neutral side, if you recall. But
Of
I
course.
don't know how long I can stay neutral when he's fixated on me.
And what is the play here, exactly?
Spider to the fly, I imagine. He wants to meet with the heads of the island tomorrow, whatever that means, to put this all behind us, to start fresh. Do you
The
know what
heads.
happened? Yes.
I heard a lot of clamor, but no, I was not privy to the details.
He had a bunch of gangs from the crossing come to Guarma. They all had a big meeting and agreed to terms of war. They would fight during the day, rest at night. Medics would be in all white. He summoned most of his biggest enemies and took care of them all in one event.
Took care of them.
That's right.
That is to say, dispatched them.
Yes.
I see.
I don't know how many died and how many actually survived, but in the end, he was victorious. Then he summoned me to the castle and stabbed me with a machete multiple times.
Which explains your present disposition.
Yes.
I see. What a charmed existence you live here in paradise. I did not.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hi there.
I'm just catching
Apologies
up with
for-
an old friend. That's all right. If you don't mind, I'd like to finish our conversation and then I'll
Yeah,
come
of
and grab you.
course. There's no rush on my end.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do my eyes deceive me?
They do not.
Interesting.
Very much so. Very, very, very much so. I'm worried I will lose myself in that curiosity.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It was Miles if you didn't figure that out already.
Oh, I heard JJ crying. You didn't hurt him, did you?
No, I was about to.
Did he pee
Had to fucking
himself?
tackle him. No, he thought we was playing games.
Wow. That is a
Yeah, I don't
glorious
think-
misread of the situation from his
Yeah.
part.
I don't think he has any fucking clue what's going on.
Right.
But, right. Existing.
Don't know.
Oh, yeah, Boone wanted to talk to you as well.
Alright. Tell him I'll be just another minute or two.
Yeah, alright.
Busy night, I suppose.
Indeed. So,
So,
what would you have of me then?
I am the question you need to ask. Define what's hidden behind your mask. Some say I'm simple yet hard to find. Or the answer lies within your mind. Some want riches, others fame. But those may not be what you truly claim. Some want love or inner peace, and yet still for others adventure is release. So tell me, dear spider, what is it that you desire?
What is it that I desire?
Yes.
have been long past mere desire for quite some time. I am afraid that all that drives me these days is simple curiosity.
And once again, we are the same.
Indeed.
I gave Edgar the power he has now because I wanted to see what kind of man he would twist into and what he would do. He blew up my bar, and instead of slitting his throat, which would be easy, it wouldn't be as interesting. And it's probably going to be my end, my undoing. Eating this beast out of mere curiosity. But this
I don't
is
think that
what I
disturbs you.
desire. No, it doesn't. But I want to be honest and upfront about my motivations. It's not money, nor fame, nor power. I don't really care about any of those things. But I am ever curious.
There is something to be said, O Icarus, about flying too close to the sun.
Exactly. I am most probably Icarus. But I am
Oh.
curious to find out. And if you would like to join me, I would happily give you wings.
How exhilarating it must have been before the fall.
Yes, quite. I thought that was it. Herbie and a few others had their say, however, and here I am.
Ready to take flight once more.
I am, but not without good reason, caution. I don't consider myself rushing into the arms of death, but I am well aware that my curiosity will probably take me there. But yet still, I wonder what Edgar will do when he cannot kill the witch. I wonder what he will do when I don't act the way he expects me to act, when I don't desire power, when I don't care about money.
I wonder.
I wonder. And I'm curious about this rabbit. I feel like I see the same thing that lies within me and Edgar in them. And that makes me curious too.
I see. Well, I too am curious. However, I also do not see fit to run straight into the fire. The island is interesting. The people. I feel as if This Mr. Edgar knows me as one of your own, I'm sure. That would make learning more about him more difficult. I am happy to indulge in your curiosity during my stay. But I do not intend for my stay to be permanent.
I respect that.
I have nothing left waiting for me in the crossing, save for my work, save for curiosity.
Consider it a standing invitation. Anansi. If the curiosity drives at you the way it does me, while it is easier to satisfy someone who yearns only for money or for fame, I haven't felt this excited in quite a while.
The pursuit of knowledge
Yes.
can be its own greed.
Very, very true.
We are not absolved from avarice. That being said, I do feel like it is a higher calling.
While it is not a one-on-one conversation, and I apologize if that's not what I'm offering at this moment, I believe you said you wanted to be present for any conversation we have about what comes next.
Yeah, you got that right. Did you hear what I said,
To...
Mishka?
No, I didn't.
Heavy
Okay.
feeling
But
of
she did come to talk to
responsibility,
me.
vested interest.
Oh, did she? All right.
I don't know.
Please, have a seat.
Let me see.
JJ, I'm sorry I gave Miles a hard time.
You gave Miles a
That's
hard
okay.
time.
Everybody has to give Miles a hard time.
I asked him if he was trying to catch a bullet, and he said, "No, I'm using a bow." And I said, "Let me rephrase the question."
He has a very innocent disposition. That one.
Yeah, the second I realized, I changed my tune to the best of my ability. But he freaked everybody here out because all we saw were
Yes, I
were
agree.
people sprinting in the tree line.
I saw him and I sent Charlie after him. Goodness.
You should have heard him trying to get away from Charlie. It's kind of funny. No, Charlie, please.
I would have liked to be present for that. Jules, it's good to see you back. How are you feeling?
I am better. Turned out my shoulder, got a nasty little infection, but on the up and up. Got stitches taken out today, and it'll be right as rain, I'm sure, soon enough.
Happy to hear it.
How about yourself? How, and Rabbit, Jesus, how both of you doing? I heard that you was in a pretty bad way, Rabbit.
What exactly did you hear?
Mishka said something about a surgery.
God fucking damn it. Yep. No, don't worry about that. Bullet that got taken out of my arm was the main culprit of my current injury. I'm just trying to find a long-term alternative for pain relief at the moment. Thanks to some old
I
wounds.
see.
I'm not very good at this. I have been alone my entire life. Edgar is, I believe, making a power play for the island, and he's using me and propaganda to do so. I believe he's telling people that I have hexed his enemies, including Rabbit, that they are under my spell. And I'm sure at some point there is going to be a play for getting rid of Scary Witch Delilah.
I don't think we want that.
I don't particularly want that either. I also don't particularly care about power or money. My bar has usually been pretty neutral. I don't know how long it can stay that way.
I can tell you that he and I had a conversation. I had a meeting with Edgar. Well, because he sent he grabbed Mishka at some stage and said that he wanted her to come visit him in the castle. So she leaves a note for me saying, I'm gonna go meet him in the castle by myself, less than 24 hours after all the events. So I went there with, death in my eye, and fired my gun into the air, and he was very opposed to the concept of fighting me. So we had a conversation where he is very adamant that he does not want me as an enemy. Doesn't want you as an enemy either, Julius. And he basically said he has no trouble with you anymore, Delilah, and he wants it to be over.
This is what I've heard. He wants a meeting with the powers of the island tomorrow, whoever that is or whatever that means. And again, I think it's probably just a play, but I don't know. What I do know is that
Well, I will say-
need help figuring that out.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I'll say that I actually had a conversation with him back in the crossing. Luckily, I was heading back to Ansburg to lay my head down, and sure enough, son of a bitch was right there in the telegram station, preparing to leave to come back here. And I had sent him a telegram earlier that day saying I wanted to talk, I wanted to understand what the fuck happened. He hadn't responded yet, but I assured him that I didn't wish him any harm. I don't think he wished me any harm. In fact, he seemed outright perturbed by the fact that I raised my gun to him, as he wasn't expecting it. Well, we had that conversation, and he said pretty much the same thing y'all are saying. In fact, he insinuated that the moment he drew blood, Dale, that was it. That it was over. That it didn't matter whether you lived or died, or I guess the fact that you live means the island wanted you to live. He's very into this whole blood god rituals, all that shit, right? But he assured me that it's done now. He's broken the curse, and he is a free man, and as such has no quarrel with you or me or anybody else. Only anyone who's going to try to take his castle or his riches from him.
Well, I don't have any plans to do that, but I also don't believe him at all. But that's okay, I don't have to believe him. I can run my bar and just simply be prepared, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't trust the man either. I feel like he's up to something. What precisely? I don't know. Well, he said maybe this is some sort of plot to turn folk against you?
I mean,
He
that
did
shouldn't
mention
be too hard.
Javier and that whole thing.
I'm not particularly charming.
Depends on who you're around. I think that I haven't spent enough time with him to make an educated assumption of the man, but I can see that he is a very violent person.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. I don't think I can trust him. Or his word.
The one thing that you can trust about Edgar is that his greed will trump everything, and he will act accordingly. He's a very ambitious man who truly has no allies but himself. He cut one of his own down on the beach. By the way, I guess I should clear the air on this matter. The night I attacked the shaman, and I did attack the shaman, Edgar told me he was looking for him, and that he was going to kill him and spill his blood for the island. And right before he cut down one of his own men on the beach and left him bleeding there, I immediately went to the shaman and stabbed him multiple times. Brought him to Edgar's feet. In a strange way, I was hoping if I took the dog's toy before the dog got to play with it, the dog would lose interest, if that makes sense.
How did he feel about it?
He understood. We talked after. I told him what I was doing.
Well, that's all that matters to me.
I asked him where and how
I
to
agree.
cut as not to kill him.
I mean, I probably have conflicted feelings if I was the recipient of such kindness, but
I'm sure he... I'm sure somewhere in there he has a distaste for me, but our conversation was pleasant enough afterward. We'll see.
Edgar tells that story a little differently.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He asked me, what crime did the shaman commit? Before the witch riddled her with holes and dumped him at my feet. As if he wasn't about to do the exact same thing.
Yes, exactly. Been talking about it for days.
The whole thing, our whole banter back and forth was that he said, you have no quarrel, why are you fighting? Why do you wish to fight me in the end for her? And I said, no, for me. I want to hurt you for me in the end. Just not right now. You're not my enemy right this second, but I'll tell you when that changes, because that's how I work.
I bet this confused him.
Well, he thinks you've cast a spell on me.
That's what he says. Again, whether he believes it or it's propaganda, I don't know. I suspect part of him is afraid, if that is actually the truth. But I don't know. I do believe that the island calls people here. I do believe that the island is a presence and a force of its own. These are things I believe in. But on multiple occasions, I told Edgar that we are equals in serving the island. It is not me holding anything over him. It is the island, which was the conversation we had before he stabbed me and cut me down. He spat on the island. He killed donkeys. He burned down my bar. He basically broke every rule we had, and that is not a lot. He destroyed the mirror. He spat in the face of the superstitions of the island, I suppose, and then the bar fucking exploded and nearly killed him. And now he's terrified. of the island and the curse and everything that comes along with it, as he should be, in my opinion.
Yet not terrified enough to leave this place and never come back.
Like I said, the island calls you. You too, Jules. We're all here for a reason. There's something about the heat, the jungle, the unknown, the dangers that lurk within that speak to you. Perhaps it is the essential lawlessness, the ability to defend yourself.
What do you think we do?
Well, I am usually an advocate of patience, watching, observation, and then striking. I've never really delved on a political scale like this before. Usually, if I have an issue, it is one-on-one, not involving all this cloak and dagger. It's very upfront, very honest.
That's pretty much how I operate too, Delilah. I don't have any need for subterfuge.
Yeah, me either.
You know, I name an enemy to their face. And not in the same moment I choose to pull the trigger on them either. It certainly got me hurt in the past, but that's just how I operate.
I find my curiosity about what Edgar will do and what motivates him will probably be my undoing. Probably should have been already.
You must be careful not to fly too close to the sun. But you must also be wary of not flying too low, lest the waves take you.
Yes.
I guess I take the subterfuge approach.
There's nothing wrong with that, JJ. Each to their own and personal taste. And no one ever will see you coming.
Well, while I cannot say I particularly enjoy subterfuge or political games, something I have been around all my goddamn life and something that is rather common in the crossing. At least anybody who's west of New Austin, or east of New Austin rather. When it was in the desert, of course, they tend to do their own thing. They tend to operate more like a rabbit here. But for anybody else, there's a certain value to being able to play the game, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. I think the group of us would be quite strong. Unexpected. And I think we could absolutely quell the beast in Edgar if it grows to become a problem.
It's already a problem, isn't it?
It might be. If at this meeting tomorrow if he speaks true, and he really wants to help grow the island, and he's put everything behind him, then really it's a matter of when he next steps out of line, I suppose. If you're asking if I have a grudge, I do not. Not so much as I want to go and get revenge. I'm not that kind of person. Revenge doesn't really interest me. Not saying if I don't see an opportunity, I won't strike. But if it's more trouble than it's worth, I don't really care. But if it impacts the bar and the business and work here and life on the island, then yes, I care. My duty is to the island. I want Guarma to grow and thrive.
It's going to affect it, ain't it? He's insane.
Yeah, probably. That's...
If he ain't, then at the worst, he's just, a conniving piece of shit, ain't he?
Yes. Again, logically, it is not our responsibility to quell the fire before it burns down the forest, but for some reason, we're all sitting here. Whether our motivations are curiosity, duty, or what have you. But again, I recognize power when I see it, and I think all of us together would make a very powerful fist. So that is my offer on the table.
I'll have some decisions to make in the very near future.
Yes.
As for me, I have friends in the crossing, yes, people I care about, but they can also take care of each other as well.
All right.
For what it's worth, I don't think the department is concerned about me currently. You know, I haven't received any kind of warning or instruction that what I'm doing is out of sorts.
I don't know if there is much more to discuss, really. I just...
Seems like the meeting will probably clarify some things.
Yes.
That's true.
I basically wanted to bring you together because I saw an opportunity. I believe we were all pulled to this island for one reason or another, and I recognize it, and I think this is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm going to do it. The offer is on the table. Obviously, take some time to think it over, and should you choose to accept, there is a spot next to the bar on the side wall where you can draw with chalk a little symbol. Something you think I would recognize as yours.
A mark? I think a wrap would be a little too obvious.
Whatever you like. But before my injuries take me to lay down, I would like to pose you with this question to reflect on this evening. I am the question you need ask to find what is hidden behind your mask. Some say I'm simple yet hard to find, for the answer lies within your heart beyond your mind. Some want riches, others fame, but those may not be what you truly claim. Some want love or inner peace, and yet still for others, adventure is release. So tell me, what do you seek? What is it that you aspire? What do you truly desire? Anansi.
Okay.
How are you?
I am well. And yourself?
Well as can be, I suppose. Would you like to have a seat? Or are you enjoying the view?
I am enjoying the view, however, where it's convenient.
Here suits me just fine.
All right.
Allows you to continue to enjoy the view. You like? A thought occurred to me. How much do you know about what I do here at the bar?
Truth be told, not much.
Good. Means I did well. Probably not as well as you could have, but... The bar is host to the bounty board of Gorma.
I see.
I was running them for a time. But I realized last night, with the events unfolding as they are, and the politicking and everything else that might be happening here on the island, I'm certainly going to need help running things. Death matches, the bounty board, the like. Clients would come here, meet with me in secret, post their bounty. Bounty hunters would come here on Sunday and Saturday, first come, first serve. When a bounty had been fulfilled or collected, I would send a telegram out, disguised as feedback from the drink menu, to let them know whether it had been collected or not. Something along the lines of, "Thank you so much for your feedback. This drink has been removed from the menu."
You and I are quite alike indeed.
We always have been.
Truth be told, I have an extensive resume when it comes to this line of work. Let me have a look. This'll do. Clients with the names of drinks.
Yes, that is exactly how I run it here as well. There's
The only-
also a secret drink on the menu that people can ask for, which implies they are here for the bounties.
I see.
It's not a perfect system. It certainly can be improved upon. Thank you. This coin was a way of identifying people who had been approved for higher price bounties.
An interesting system.
Yes. Again, not perfect. Could certainly be improved upon, should a certain spider take interest.
I thought you would never ask.
I wanted to make sure that if I offered you something, it is something you would truly enjoy, if people like us can use such a word.
I suppose it will allow me to pass the time
Yes.
in a manner of my preference.
Yes. That's all people like us can hope for, I think.
Indeed. What a gift.
I am not really interested in money. I find most days I am quite content, or at least I was before recently, studying people and serving drinks and listening and watching.
Money is just a means to machinate those who are bound by it.
Exactly. Hmm? If you don't mind sharing a bar with a twisted pup like me. I know it's a little bit in a state of disrepair right now, but we'll build her back up.
I don't know. It has a bit of a rustic flair to it.
It most certainly does.
But yes,
How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. Can I have a
All right.
moment, Herbie?
What's that?
Can I have a moment, please?
Yeah, I just want to ask you real quick.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on meeting with Edgar by yourself right now? Not right now, but I mean before the meeting.
That's fine. I'm here. He can come
Okay.
up here if he wants.
All right.
he
Herbie.
was seeking your audience.
Oh, he
Yes.
is, or I am.
He was seeking your
I
audience.
see. I see. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Anything else you guys need?
No, not yet.
Okay. You let me know. I'm here to serve.
I almost introduced you as co-runner of the bar, but I wasn't sure. Co-bartender.
Co-something.
Co-something. Spider and whatever I am, I suppose.
That I am sure we will find out in due course. I do apologize. I am a creature of habit.
That's all right.
Is everybody coming in here? Because Drummer just said everyone's welcome to come in.
Yeah, everyone can come in.
Okay, but do you want to talk to Edgar?
I can happily talk to Edgar. Is he here?
He's just out in the jungle talking to Rabbit.
Oh, then yes, send him in first.
Okay.
I mean,
Rabbit,
I'll,
right.
the sheriff?
I'll happily
Yeah.
talk to him in the corner.
Clear out for a little bit, Henderson.
Oh, I wanted a drink.
He'll be in. He's. I'm sure he's planning out there.
Drummer now co-runs the bar with me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's good. He gets some help for a change.
Yes.
What's going on?
If you won't mind, Delilah,
Endless.
I do need a conversation.
Will it be
Where?
a long or a short one?
Yeah, it should be a short one.
All right.
Then you have until Edgar walks into this bar.
Yep. He said it'd be a few minutes, so
Thank you, Herbie.
I'll give you a moment.
Have a seat. What can I help you with?
I actually have a bounty to turn in. It's a bit of an older one,
I
but
see.
I do
Which
indeed
one
have
is
one.
that?
That would be Hank Hansen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That man's, there's a type of fella you start going after and he kind of just disappears from the crossing for like a week randomly. So it was a bit of a struggle to find. But, alas, I got him in the end.
And do you have some sort of proof?
I do indeed.
Hmm. All right. You carried it out yourself?
I did.
What was he like?
Talked a lot, but ended up giving his word that no repercussions would happen. He was an interesting fella. His friends were more so the aggressors.
I see.
A couple of them started appearing. I took him back, all knocked out on the back of my horse, given to one of his friends. His friend pulls a gun. I say, don't even try it, fella. And all three of his friends fucked off.
He was calm.
He was surprisingly calm. He was more so irritated, it seemed. He kind of sighed about it.
Interesting. That's not what I expected him to be like.
Yeah, that man changes a whole hell of a lot, and he's also always surrounded by about 6 people. I saw that man for about half a day, all the way from Blackwater to Armadillo, back to St. Denis. Took a little while.
Interesting.
But luckily, he isn't the most vigilant man.
I will let the client know. I'm sure they will be happy.
I hope they are.
Edgar? Please have a seat. Or don't. And here I thought you were going to blow it out.
No, of course not. I would not make the same mistake twice. I'm so happy to see you.
A girl can dream, I suppose. And I you? To what do I owe this pleasure?
To my deep affection, of course. I'm so sad it had to take so long for me to find you. I'm so sad that it took many hurdles to jump over.
I didn't go anywhere.
I was under the impression that we had a certain connection.
And what connection is that, Edgar?
A very interesting one. One that has just begun. A connection that is just in the beginning stages. Will we be seeing you in this meeting?
Yes.
And afterwards?
Afterwards what?
Afterwards, me and you are gonna have a talk one-on-one.
Is that not what we're doing now?
No.
And why not?
Because there is something important that's gonna happen in a little bit. And I wouldn't want our discussion to be rushed.
All right. Color me intrigued.
Color me satisfied. For now.
Seems the island's not done with either of us.
That is what you said on that frightful day. Or rather, I should say on that blessed day.
I had hoped to be wrong, for what it's worth.
What do you mean?
I thought the island would take me. I thought I had served enough.
Perhaps you're not the islands to take anymore. I will see you after.
Always belong to the island, Edgar. I cannot escape it. I will see you after.
See. Best of health to you, for now.
Thank you. For now.
My dear Delilah. Be strong for the meeting.
I will.
Keep up appearances. There are certain whispers that are being spread.
I'll see you in a little while, Cursebreaker.
We will continue this conversation here.
I'll see you then. Wow. This is quite...
Yes, you assembled quite a waiting room, Miss Delilah.
I guess so. I was not expecting this, I'm not going to lie.
I shall take these inside.
Oh. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you well?
I am. And you?
I'm keeping for now.
Are you ready for this meeting, whatever it is?
I'm prepared.
And prepared as we can be, I suppose.
I believe Edgar is questioning my presence.
Honored guest of mine. Or
I
Harvey's,
truly am
guess,
honored.
for that matter. I'm happy to hear that. We should probably head down to the compound now.
Very well.
If this meeting is indeed in 15 minutes.
Yeah, all right.
And by all means.
Alright.
I mean, it kind of fits it as well.
Yeah.
See you at the meeting, folks.
See you there. Don Delgado?
Good to see you, drummer.
Puzzling.
What's puzzling?
And the people who are gathered here, I guess. New pieces on the board. We'll take some time to assess the new pieces on the board, I suppose. And figure out what everyone can do.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to be quiet down this meeting.
No one's asking you to be anyone other than yourself, Charlie.
Yeah, all right. Don't really like the way he's coming round here. You know, making demands, stopping people while they're walking by. Oh, why didn't you say hello to me, eh? Fucking bow down to me, I'm the king of the castle. Making meetings. Probably gonna proclaim, you know, I did what I had to do for the good of the island.
Well, it has sort of in a weird way worked.
How's that?
This island's been busier than ever. It's good for business, I suppose. Herbie seems pleased. Herbie wants the island lived in, prosperous.
He certainly changed his tune since last time. On the day, he was a lot more passionate. But I guess we all were. Guess seeing blood on the sand and smelling it on the air is enough to get most folks going.
Nice cannonballs. Oh. Fuck. This is fantastic. I mean, truly something special.
I mean, I've seen it. I guess I don't got much call for the use of siege weaponry, but...
You don't need a fucking call for siege weaponry, you just use it. Even if the situation doesn't demand it.
How's your gut, Henderson?
Ah, yeah. Better. Thanks.
Happy to hear it.
You know, thanks to you, I need to fucking get a doctor to stitch that up.
I think
Wasn't
you'll
very
find
fun.
that was thanks to yourself.
I did say the foot. It would have been a bit of a better place.
I gave you every opportunity to choose.
Fair enough. But hey, since you've stabbed me and now we're friends, can you convince Herbie to let me take one of these cannons?
Probably not.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone can convince Herbie of that.
Oh, I've got so many fun ideas for a cannon. I've always wanted to see what would happen if you just fire one at a person. Fantastic.
If anyone's gonna ask me to leave, I was gonna say exactly who it was in the room that wanted me to leave. I was gonna get a show of hands.
I think you're funny, Rabbit. You make me laugh.
I'm glad. I love your laugh, Charlie. Actually, it's one of your best features.
I agree with that.
And I've known you such a short time, and I can already tell that.
Well, now I'm turning red in the cheeks, ain't I?
I've got to have a conversation with Mishka, so...
Yeah, alright, we'll leave you to it then.
Are you, heading to bed, though?
I'm trying to decide if we go to the castle for this after party or not.
This reporter behind us has been looking for an audience with you for some time.
All right.
Hello.
Hello?
Do you want me to hand back?
No, you're fine, you're fine. Hi, Delilah. My name is Clara Carter. I'm with the Saints Daily Paper.
Howdy, I'm JJ. I'm with Clara.
Their company.
I was wondering if you're willing, if I could ask you just a few questions. I was one of the war correspondents during the events on Sunday, and I was wondering if you could answer a few questions that I had, specifically concerning the conversation that you and Mr. Edgar had in the aftermath of the battle.
What are your questions?
You both spoke of a curse, and I have spoken with Edgar about it already, but he was very, very vague. I was wondering if perhaps you'd be willing to shed some light on that for me at all.
What did Edgar say?
Well, he told me that he broke some rules of the island and was cast from the mountain in a bowl of fire, and and that you had quite some power over him after bewitching him and such, and that he's been doing your bidding ever since, and that the war was in fact your bidding.
He did fall from a mountain in flame because he blew up my bar and it exploded. And he tossed over the side and hit the ground all the way down. The power I
Yes.
had over him is because on Guarma, when you fuck up in someone's territory, they have the right to determine your punishment.
I see.
As for the bloodbath, I did not ask Edgar to do this.
Yes, I did not suspect you did. I found it quite odd. He told me that, you getting cut down was also a request of yours.
I did not ask for this, no.
I see. So, you did have that discussion. When you were referring to, making amends with the island and such, were you just referring to him breaking all the rules in his, as Herbie put it, sort of rage that one evening?
If you walk into the wolf's den, you can't be surprised when it bites you. Edgar wants to defy the rules of the island, spit on them, disgrace them, put up a middle finger. He shouldn't be surprised when the island bites back.
I see. And I'm very happy to see you seem to be recovering quite well from your injuries. Have you and Edgar have you had any more troubles since then with each other?
I don't suppose one of us would be standing if we did.
I see. Edgar himself obviously believes you to have quite a bit of spiritual and perhaps even magical control over the people here. And he seems to think that whatever he did on Sunday quite broke the curse.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. But before the events of Sunday, how was your relationship with Edgar? Was it cordial? How was it?
I'm done now.
Can I ask you a question? That other lady, the writer, I show you with the crossings newspaper too. Do you know her?
I don't know. What's her name?
I don't know.
Aurelia.
Anyone know the name?
That would be Aurelia.
Oh, I don't know that she actually works for the paper. She may have written a few articles. I know that she has been writing for Edgar recently, but she is friends with several of the people at the paper. I only met her when arriving here.
Okay. Just curious. Seems strange they sent two. Guess they only sent you, right?
Yes, she is not, at least in any official capacity, with the Saints Daily paper.
What about that bloke who got robbed by the fucking Gibbon? You know him?
Crispin, yes. He was here in official capacity.
Right, okay.
I'm just here following up on some things. Since, after the battle, there was quite a shocking turn of events that no one had expected, and, we had some follow-up questions, so I appreciate your time.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna head outside then.
Well, it's nice to meet you all.
We run the bar Omens up on the cliffside. It's closed right now due to fire damage, but when it opens up, you're welcome to come by for a drink.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Well, I hope you continue to feel better, and it was very nice to meet all of you. I must say I need to return to the crossing, but I think I may be back around later this week, so I shall have to stop by.
You all right? Don't carry any illegal weapons over there.
Absolutely not.
Tell me, are you proud of your creation?
Quite.
He has grown pretty big and strong, hasn't he?
Do you think he can grow stronger?
Of course he can. That is why he is here talking to you.
That's what I think too.
There is a lot has happened since you were cut down, since I did you that favor. And it was a favor.
Oh, I know.
It was a gift from me to you.
I know. I'm sad it was taken from me.
I don't understand what you mean.
That's all right. One day you will.
Explain to me what you mean.
I mean, the island apparently has need for us both.
I'm not here to talk about what the island needs.
What are you here to talk about, Edgar?
What I need.
Tell me, Pet, what do you need?
No, chica, those days are over with.
Rugaru, what do you need?
There is a lot that I need, and you're gonna help me with that one. I want
might?
you to know that the sands of time are starting to work against you now.
What do you mean, Edgar?
What I'm saying is, when you gave me this castle, you said pay attention so that you know who really holds the power here. Now I want you to pay attention to see who holds the power here.
I suppose you think it is you?
I'm telling you, my power is growing,
I
and
hope
yours is
so.
beginning to diminish, chica.
I don't think so.
Do not make me prove it to you.
Does
There's
that
still so
stir
much.
your blood? Does that make you angry?
No, it does not. It just makes me a little bit sad and disappointed in you. See? Up until now, I have been doing your bidding. I was afraid. I was shackled. You said one day I would grow fearless. I think this day has come. You had bewitched me. I am no longer bewitched. I see the... See? I see the way you bewitching others. And I want to tell you, from now on, you're gonna be working for me.
You're smarter than that, Edgar. I thought you believed what you said in there.
And what did I say?
The siblings may fight, but ultimately we are family and we work together.
You are not my family.
Oh.
You are not my sibling.
Then what am I?
You will be my pet going forward.
No.
or I will destroy you little by little by little. I know what you are. I will tell the whole world who you are. And they will applaud me when I crush you.
Tell them I have never hid myself behind a mask. And you know what I am because I am you and I simply reflect you, Edgar.
I need you to do more than reflect. I need you to work with me, to work for me. There are certain things that you have at your command that I need to make use of.
Then work with me, Edgar.
I told you the day that you captured me, be careful what you wish for. Then I will turn back and strike you.
If you want my help, you need but ask for it, Edgar. If you want to work together for the good of Guarma, you need but ask, Edgar. Because Guarma is my priority.
I do what's good for Edgar.
I know that. And what's good for Edgar right now is good for Delilah.
See?
Because what's good for Edgar right now is Guarma. Thriving. Succeeding.
This Guarma needs fucking strength. That's what he needs. Not this weakness, this passiveness.
It's always had strength, Edgar. You just weren't here to witness
Bah. It had it one time long ago. I told you I have a scent. I have made my career on this scent. There is a lot of pussycats around. Your man Charlie. I want to take him with me to the crossing on a mission. I want you to tell him to work with me.
I already told him this, Edgar, before you cut me down and after. Whatever this is between us, I can be patient. I can wait for our game to end. I can put Guarma and her growth first, if you can.
And then what?
I guess we see. Hopefully we run naked in the jungle and kill each other.
What use would you be to me dead?
Exactly. It seems the island feels the same way. Believe me, no one is more disappointed than I.
Disappointed in what?
That I'm still here, Edgar. That I did not get to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
My labor has just begun.
I see that.
I'm gonna take this place over.
Are you?
See, ain't you gonna help me? It's good that you have told Charlie he will work with me. We can use him. I will communicate to him what the next task will be. When all these other pendejísimos are gone. But consider there is a new guard in Guarma. The Castilians.
Why do you think I gave you the fort, Edgar? Why do you think I fed you? Do you think it was purely for me? I am actually asking. Genuinely curious.
It seems I have never understood you. Not before, even less now. So why don't you tell me?
The island needs a guard dog. And you were right. You were too good to leave crippled or to leave to die. You had potential to grow and become a beast. One of the beasts that rules part of the island. That benefits me just as well as it benefited you. I have no interest in power, Edgar. But I know you do. Very ambitious you are. I am curious to see how you will grow, what you will do with it. And for that reason, I suppose I am glad I am not dead. Before I would miss everything that you do henceforth. Omens has been around here long before you arrived, Edgar, and will be long after you are gone.
Edgar, sorry to interrupt your conversation. Just want to thank you for your hospitality and whatnot.
Thank you, amigo. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other. Tell Julius I wait for his contact.
Of course. I'll relay everything to him.
I'm also about to bow out. The long travel here was very tiring. But thank you for the hospitality.
Send my regards to Mercedes, senor.
I will when I see her.
Appreciate the drinks, Edgar.
Adios, senor.
Hasta luego.
Take care, y'all.
That is just the beginning. I want you to pay close attention going forward. I will be seizing the crops. I will be multiplying them. And I will begin to export on a mass scale. You will do everything in your power to make sure that goes smoothly behind the scenes. And you will work your magic and this power that you have so little interest in, but wield so much of, for that purpose as well.
Are you asking, Edgar?
No, I'm telling you.
Mm-mm. You asked me to claim you. I didn't take you. You asked me.
You had me crippled.
You
begging
asked
for my
me.
life. I was weak then. On the brink of death, I am no longer. Now it is you that is on the brink.
No. I would like to see the island prosper, Edgar. Helping you with your import-export business would benefit me.
Then say yes.
You haven't asked.
I have.
No, you told. And there is a difference. I told Charlie to work with you because I think he would be a good fit for you, someone you can actually trust. He's similar to you, actually. As long as your, goals align. Both you and he can be trusted. But the moment they do not,
I can do what I need to do without Charlie.
I know you can. I'm not saying you need me, Edgar. You and I both know that you don't need me and I don't need you. But it sure is fun and a lot more interesting with you around. At least that's how I feel about it.
I will prostrate myself in front of every other person and say exactly what I need to get what I want, to complete whatever vision I have of this place. I did that to you once. I will never do that to you again.
I don't want you to. The
I will
only
never
thing
ask
I
you.
have
I will
ever
never ask you
wanted
again.
from Edgar is for you to be yourself. No mask.
You are looking at him.
I know. I have never wanted you to be anything else, anything other than yourself. And I will never want that. So please, don't prostrate yourself on my behalf.
I have told you what I have told you.
Fine.
You can do as I say and aid me. Or you can set every obstacle you like in my place, in front of me.
Why would I do that, Edgar? I will help you if you ask me, if you would like to be partners, if you would like to be siblings, and make this island grow and prosper. I will help you. But just as you do not serve me, I do not serve you. I will not stand in your way. Because I do want to see the island prosper, and I do want to see you grow. I would very much like for you to be the biggest monster on this island.
I would like you to know that even if you wanted to stand in my way, you couldn't be able to, not anymore. Don't you forget that one.
Whatever you need to tell yourself, Edgar.
Please don't make me prove it to you.
I believe you already did.
Shall I tell to Charlie to work with me or not?
I still didn't hear you ask.
I never will ask you again.
All right then.
Perhaps in front of others, for form's sake. But I want you to know, in my heart it will never happen, ever again.
Disappointing, but understandable. I forget how easily captivated by vengeance and pride men can be.
I am not captivated by vengeance. I am
But
not even
pride.
not even pride.
Pride is what prevents you from asking me right now. Pride is what prevents you from being in equal partnership on the island. Pride is what prevents you from allowing me to continue what I'm doing without bothering me. Pride is what prevents you.
Equal partnership?
Whatever.
I told you, the sands of time are starting to go against you now. You wielded a great power before. You don't wield it any longer. Not while I am here on this island. It is your pride that is stifling you now.
No.
Because you are hearing something for the first time that you are not used to. And you cannot stomach that one. That is what you are suffering from. Your pride. And let your pride choke you. It makes no difference for me.
I think you mistake pride for freedom.
I've never met anyone more trapped than yourself.
And your eyes deceive you, Edgar, for I am quite free. And I plan to stay that way. I do what I want when I want. I help who I want when I want.
Say no more about it. I will not disturb you. I will not disturb Charlie. I will carry out my plans for the island. Despite you. I pray your success in your endeavors. In your hits. But if you thwart me, consider the repercussions.
Edgar, I want you to succeed.
I'm going to succeed despite you.
It's not to spite me, dear. This is
Dear
what
is
I
it
want
now?
for you. I think it's always been dear. Whether you saw that or not. I do want you to succeed. I will not stand in your way, but it's because that's what I want, and that's what I've always wanted. If you need my help, you need but ask for it, and you know where to find me.
Adios.
Adios.
Some gain helps this island.
Hello. Apart from when it doesn't. Hello, Delilah. You're not planning to stab me again?
No, I stabbed you because you broke the rules. And by the way, for what it's worth, I would have voted for you to stay. You paid your penance.
Miss Rabbit
Well, I didn't get voted to stay, and it happens.
said that when you're free at some point, she wanted to have a conversation with you.
I appreciate
She's down in that tent, but I told her I would at least deliver the message to you.
I appreciate
I'm glad
the
you're
delivery.
okay.
Oh, thank you. It's
Of
kind
course. Of course.
You satisfied with how things are, Herbie? Please?
Never.
Insatiable.
How are you?
Disappointed.
Yeah, well, that seems to be a theme after having a chat with Edgar.
He doesn't understand me like I hoped he would.
No. But I bet you haven't had too many people that,
No.
yeah.
I was just hoping he would be the one, I suppose.
Well, there's still hope. A lot of people coming to the island, you know?
Perhaps.
You still got other people around it. Someone's waiting to talk to you down at that tent.
That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm. And if that one's not the one,
If I can please speak to Herbie. Thank you. Sorry.
I don't like how often people are interrupting me when I'm speaking to someone.
Not
annoying.
everything's about you,
Oh, there's
señorita.
those two.
You need to calmado, penado, okay?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You need to
What's that?
calmado, calmadita.
No, the first part.
I said there's those two.
Not you,
Not everything
Herbie.
is about you and what is ever going on. The fact that I come here and respect, saying when you are done with your conversation, the least you can do is just let that be. Not sure what kind of conversation you're having or what your feelings are, but the fact that I come out of respect, I expect it back.
I don't think interrupting is very respectful.
Said what I had to say.
All right, I didn't even, I was out of it. I wasn't paying attention.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Yes, what was that?
All right. Shall we adjourn from this ruin?
Yes.
Let's head down the beach.
How was your chat?
Strange. Disappointing. Edgar told me he wanted me to work for him, not with him. I said if he wanted my help, he need simply ask. He could not find the will to do so. I won't stand in his way because I want success for the island. I guess he was expecting me to hinder him. At least that's what he said. He said if you stand in my way, prepare for consequences. Like I have time to fuck with that.
Yeah, so stupid.
Or like I give a shit. He wanted you, Charlie, by the way.
I don't know what you are. I've not heard everything you're saying. That's the first thing I've heard you say. What?
He wanted to take you with him on a job. And I said I had already considered this because I think you would work well with him. But he made it seem like you would be a dog. So I said no. I said if he wants our help, he can ask us for it.
What did I miss? Was it as thrilling as I hoped?
I'll fill you in as briefly as I can because I'm slightly confused. I was hoping Edgar would know me better than this, but I guess not. This is the last time I will say this. Edgar asked me to serve him, work for him. He said, I tell you now what to do and you do what I say, and I said, absolutely not. I said, if you want my help, you can ask for it. He did not. And then he seemed to think I would stand in his way or hinder his operation, which I found very confusing. I told him multiple times I do want him to succeed. I do want the island to thrive. I have always wanted that. He seemed confused by that still.
So all you did was ask him to...
Ask me.
Address you as an equal?
Yes. And he refused.
And... because he no longer sees you as an equal.
I don't think he ever saw me as an equal. I think he saw me as someone who had power over him. I reminded him that I did not take from him. He asked me for help.
I see. That doesn't surprise me.
It surprises me, I suppose.
Fucking hell. Yeah, he had me convinced that he just wanted to, wanted the island to prosper and all that, and then...
He does, but he wants to
be
rule it.
the leader. Yeah, he wants to be the fucking king.
He wants to
people
rule
to call him the king of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll promise us prosperity in return.
Yeah. I think if there continue to be meetings for the island, they need to rotate between the different territories, which I now understand why Herbie told me to have the meeting I had yesterday. I told him I didn't really care about territory or omens being an entity on the island, but he cared a lot, so I did it, and now I understand why. Because I have a stake, he can't just remove that, I suppose.
I mean, in front of everyone, I said, what we are involved in, what we've got our fingers in already, and that we's neutral ground.
That's fine. I think that should stay the same.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone heard me say that.
Yeah.
He didn't dispute it.
No.
So.
But he did tell me he wanted to rule the island. He said sands of time or something like that are slipping from me. The power that I wield will be
He
diminished.
thinks you're in charge. You've never been in charge.
I've never been in charge. I think it's one conversation, actually. It's when I gave him the castle. I told him, I want you to pay attention. because I'm showing you who has the power here. But I meant him and I. I had the power in this situation because he kept telling me, you need to do this, you have to help me, you have to do this. And I said, I don't have to do anything. I'm choosing to do something. But
Edgar's ability to misunderstand is pretty impressive.
I'm starting to see that. He thinks I run the whole island or that I care about running the whole island. I don't.
I mean, you saw in that meeting there where I was indicating that all anybody had to do was ask me, right? That I'm not just gonna spring up and offer to do something that benefits them.
He did say something that intrigued me, though.
Oh?
I said his pride was stopping him from asking me. And he said, no, your pride is stopping you from helping me. Do you think he's right?
You said the words to him. I will help you. All you need to do is ask, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Something to that effect. No, I would not say it is your pride stopping anything in that case. Telling someone you have my help if you ask for it is absolutely an equalization. There's no grab for status involved.
Yeah, this is... It's too bad.
It is
I
too
don't know.
bad. I was really hoping he meant what he said in working together.
Don't think he understands. There's no way that
You know, I
he's going
told
to
him
be the
exactly
ruler
the same,
over everything.
right? I said I'd help him with anything he wants as long as he comes to me and asks me. So I think it's just a blockage in the way the man's brain works.
I suppose.
He wants people to be servants or whatever. Like,
He
it's
wants
in charge. It's
fealty
never
to the
gonna
king.
happen. Yeah, exactly. It's never going to happen here. This place is a place of fucking freedom.
That's what I told him. I said it's not pride, it's freedom. That's why I'm here. I bow to no one and I expect Edgar not to either.
Yeah, if he wants a couple people to do what he says and to run jobs and stuff, sure. He ain't gonna get the whole island to do everything he says. He ain't gonna
I think he thinks
hold
he
cool.
will.
No. There's no way.
Well, he seems to think so. Shall we walk?
Yeah, alright.
I'd be careful. Someone thinking they're capable of doing it is just the step before being able to actually do it. I know we have our feelings about him and his ability to process the English language, but I wouldn't underestimate him either.
Interesante.
He's good at talking.
I suspect he plans to try to make me submit now that I have refused his offer. That's what he
Make you
thinks it is.
submit.
I would imagine that would be his next move. Am I wrong?
Wow. I wouldn't say you're wrong, it seems like his...
I don't know if I know him as well as I thought I did.
That would feed the greed of his ego, I think, pretty nicely. There's a hunger in him that cannot be sated. Imagine someone telling you that you'll be their ally, and they see it as a sign of treachery. I said something to him in my meeting in the castle, which I think I've already said to you, but a warrior must always find an enemy lest his spear turn inward.
Yes.
He will jump at shadows and he'll find enemies where there are none.
Yes.
First thing I wanted to do was walk up to him and say, look, mate, you don't got to ask her if you want me to fucking do something with you. Now I'm wondering if I should say the great lady knows all. I could never. No. tomorrow will be better.
Maybe. It's unfortunate. For a moment, it seemed like everyone could prosper.
Yeah.
I don't understand that part of human nature. I suppose that is the emotion piece. You know, that greed.
Well, generally speaking in all history, right, people have to suffer for others to prosper. At least that's been my experience.
But we could all prosper if we work side by side, not even necessarily together. Just don't fuck with each other. The whole island prospers.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're in a unique situation here where we've got a lot of things that they don't have over there, or at least a few, and it's real easy to get over there. It ain't a long boat ride.
About 6 hours now with the new steamships.
Yeah, no one should travel at that speed.
You're probably right about that.
I get the feeling it does terrible things to the soul in the long run. Imagine you get to heaven, you gotta wait for your soul to show up. And all that borrowed time, it counts sometime. This is more of a personal point, but I split from Mishka.
Oh? Is that why she avoided you just now?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
That's all, just letting you know. Just telling folks they don't ask her how I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can imagine she didn't take it very well.
Her eyes were pretty red.
Talking a lot to that writer lady she was.
I noticed that as well. Are you alright, Rabbit?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I admit I'm not sure what to do next. I feel like the options are to simply continue doing what we're doing. Business as usual. Until it becomes a problem.
Yeah, like I said in the meeting, they didn't bring up any objections to what I said.
Yeah.
So, I told him and the other bloke, like, if you want to talk about export, I'll talk to you about it. And he said, well, you better talk to Delilah, your lady, or whatever. What did he say, drummer? Or liege woman? I don't remember.
I believe they strongly feel that Miss Delilah here has some sort of executive ordained authority.
Yeah.
Oh, the divine right of kings. Yes, I imagine Edgar would believe in that very much.
Well, I do not.
That being said, they do, and it means that anybody in your company, to them, is a thrall.
Edgar believes in the laws of hospitality, Delilah. Some of her superstitions are inconvenient, but some of them can be quite useful.
As Drummer said, are you asking me to lean into it?
Only when it counts.
If that is what we wish to do and how we wish to proceed, then I don't have any problem doing that.
Just depends on how beneficial it is in the long run, because... I mean, he believes it, I know that for a fact.
He's gonna... What if he goes fucking mental again and tries to kill you? Like, because he thinks you're some sort of blood witch. Well, I prefer not to kill him if I don't have to.
I feel the same way. Despite what I've told him, he refuses to believe it. He still considers me some sort of blood witch.
Yeah.
He's written a very compelling story in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reporter told me some of it. Also, that the bloodbath was my bidding, which I find particularly interesting.
I believe, simply put, you cannot reason a fool out of a position they did not reason themselves into in the first place.
Very well said. As usual.
Speaking of tarot, the fool in his tower.
The tower always falls.
You know, Edgar wanted to be the premier extradition team for the SCSD.
He would have been very good at it, if you ask me. That's what he wanted to do.
Well, that's the thing. I said, why would I want that? He said, because you could have the folks you're looking for trussed up and delivered to your, delivered to the boat, ready for extraction.
Sounds like a good deal.
And I said, that denies me the hunt. And he had no idea what to say.
Perhaps I misjudged him. I thought he liked the hunt. But perhaps he just likes a feast.
Well, what you said to me was he asked if I could work for him, do a job for him, and he made it sound like I would be a dog, and you said no to that.
I did. I said I suggested that you talk to him about working together. And then when he said, send him, you will make him do this, I said no. So, I meant what I said earlier. Don't let him treat you like you're not equal.
Yeah, I won't. Look, I'm fine with if someone's got a plan and it sounds like a good idea. I'm fine with someone else taking the lead. But I ain't no one's fucking dog. And loyalty is earned and it goes both ways. And that bloke, it's gonna be fucking hard for him to earn mine the way he acts.
Yeah. I don't know why it was important for me to tell you that I tried to clear that up, but it was. I certainly don't want him thinking you're a dog to anyone, especially not me.
You know, I don't really care. I don't care if he thinks that.
Well, I did in the moment.
Might clear it up with him if I have to, but I don't know if I should. Because we haven't really decided how we're gonna approach that whole situation where he thinks you're a fucking blood witch.
I mean, wait and see probably won't kill anybody in the short term.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, I'd say the first frog was the past, the second frog was the present, and the third was the potential future. But sometimes a frog is a frog. You get too wrapped up in symbols and signs, you miss out on what's right in front of you. I forget that sometimes.
Thanks for watching. If you like this and want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. For in-depth character and meta chatter, tune into twitch.tv/pumpkinberry for Meta Mondays at noon Eastern.